Teri Hatcher has been a familiar face in Hollywood for decades. Most people recognize her as the charming and witty Lois Lane from Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, or the lovable but clumsy Susan Mayer from Desperate Housewives. But beyond these mainstream roles, Hatcher took on characters that pushed boundaries, showcasing a different side of her talent. Two films, in particular, stand out for their bold and provocative elements: The Cool Surface, 1993, and Heaven's Prisoners, 1996. While these movies may not have been blockbusters, they certainly made an impact, leaving audiences with unforgettable moments. In The Cool Surface, Hatcher plays Danny Payson, an aspiring actress caught in a dangerous and seductive entanglement with a struggling writer, played by Robert Patrick. The film is an erotic thriller filled with tension, ambition, and manipulation. Danny dreams of making it big in Hollywood, but her desperation pulls her into a web of obsession and blurred realities. While the movie's plot might not have been the most refined, one thing was certain: Hatcher's performance was captivating. Her presence in the film became the main attraction, as she brought both vulnerability and confidence to the screen. The film is often remembered for its sensual scenes, which were considered quite daring at the time. Many critics argued that the film leaned more on its erotic appeal than its storytelling, but Hatcher's role remains a talking point even years later. Then came Heaven's Prisoners, a completely different type of film. Here, Hatcher took on the role of Annie Robichaux, the wife of a former detective, played by Alec Baldwin. Set against the moody and crime-ridden backdrop of New Orleans, the story follows Baldwin's character, Dave Robichaux, as he tries to leave his violent past behind. But when he rescues a young girl from a plane crash, he finds himself pulled back into a world of danger and crime. Hatcher's character brings emotional weight to the film, portraying both warmth and resilience. However, one particular scene turned heads: a bold artistic moment where she appears nude on a balcony. This scene became one of the most discussed aspects of the film, not just because of its visual appeal, but because of how it added depth to her character. It was a moment that highlighted both beauty and tragedy, making Annie's story even more poignant. Both of these films reflect a side of 1990s cinema that was willing to take risks, blending eroticism with drama and suspense. The Cool Surface painted a picture of Hollywood's darker side, where ambition often comes at a price. Meanwhile, Heaven's Prisoners explored themes of crime, redemption, and personal loss. While neither film received overwhelming critical praise, they contributed to discussions about how actresses were portrayed in roles that required both vulnerability and boldness. Hatcher's performances in these films proved that she was willing to step outside the typical romantic lead and embrace characters that were layered and complex. Looking back, these movies played a role in shaping Hatcher's diverse career. While some viewers remember them for their provocative scenes, others appreciate the performances that added depth to the narratives. Hollywood is full of films that may not have been massive hits but still leave a mark, and these two certainly fall into that category. They remind audiences that actors often take on unexpected roles, sometimes controversial, to challenge themselves and expand their craft. Teri Hatcher's career didn't stop with these daring performances. She continued to win hearts with her more mainstream roles, proving that she could balance intensity with humor and charm. But for those who look beyond her well-known TV characters, these films offer a glimpse into a fearless side of her acting journey. Whether loved or criticized, they remain part of cinema history, sparking conversations and intrigue even today. What are your thoughts on these bold performances? Share them in the comments, and if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to follow for more fascinating stories from Hollywood's past.